This is the download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news in the business of podcasting. I'm Gavin Gaddis. Here's what you need to know for today, Tuesday, June 17th. Before I get into the top stories, just a quick reminder that on Thursday, June 26th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sounds Profitable and SiriusXM Media and SiriusXM Podcast Network are hosting Unlock the Power of Purpose-Driven Podcasting. This webinar will focus on two of podcasting's fastest growing audiences, health and fitness and self-improvement consumers. Based on new data from the podcast landscape, the presentation will explore what motivates these audiences, how they discover and engage with new shows, and what makes them uniquely receptive to branded content and advertising. Registration is open, and you can grab your virtual seat now with the link in the show notes. Next up, dual audio advertising approach drives brand recall and purchase intent, study shows. Media Leader covers the recent report from Audion and digital audio attention company Explain AI, focusing on performance of a new listening model. The report finds brand recall increases up to 76% when digital audio and in-video audio, that's video content consumed without actively viewing it, are combined together. A 3% increase from just digital audio's 73% on that same metric. Combining digital audio and in-video audio yielded 80% accuracy for ad message recall in respondents, showing the potential for brands to boost their performance cross-funnel by branching out audio considerations. Next up, Digital News Report 2025 edition. This is from the Reuters Institute and the University of Oxford. They've published the 2025 edition of the Digital News Report, a comprehensive study of news consumption worldwide. Overall, the report finds engagement in traditional media sources is declining as social media, video platforms, and online aggregators continue to gain traction. Influencers, at least in some countries, are playing a significant role in shaping news and public debate, such as 1/5 of their U.S. sample getting news or commentary from Joe Rogan in the week following Trump's inauguration, while young French journalist Hugo Travers reaches 22% of the under 35 demographic surveyed in France. News podcasts are noted as a key way to reach younger and higher educated audiences. Next up, SiriusXM says MMM could boost digital audio spend as long as brands get the right data. Marketing mix modeling is coming up more in marketing conversations once more, but it is tricky to directly marry MMM data across media channels. SiriusXM Media SVP of Ad Innovation and B2B Marketing Lizzie Collins points to the lack of actionable data for MMMs as a reason why brand investment in digital audio doesn't align with streaming music and podcasting's sheer amount of listen time. To combat that, SiriusXM has a new integration with ad tech platform and server provider Innovid to allow advertisers to get similar impression-level data on audio that they're used to getting on other digital channels. Next up, CNN plans a podcast expansion push. This is an exclusive with The Hollywood Reporter. This piece covers the news company's rebranding CNN Audio to now formally be CNN Podcasts. Head of CNN Podcast Stephen Lichtig says the move is to bring the brand more to what it does, podcast audiences consuming podcasts. In addition to the new name, CNN is upping the output of shows, both with intent to continue flagship shows hosted by big-name CNN TV stars and tapping into the pool of CNN journalists who don't have their own TV shows but can lead audio-first journalism projects. Lichtig also notes he got into podcasting in a previous position at Slate, and at the time, there was a trend of podcast producers finding the term podcast kitschy and embarrassing. Part of CNN Audio rebranding to CNN Podcast is motivated by podcasts becoming so prevalent that audiences were erroneously calling the company CNN Podcasts anyway. While it's a simple one-word change, such a rebrand openly acknowledges the power of podcasting and the power it has on audiences. For my final top story of the day, WhatsApp introduces ads into its app. This Monday at Cannes Lions, the massively popular chat program WhatsApp announced it would start showing ads in-app for the first time. The ads will be located in the update section, and the company has been adamant to state that they have no plans to place ads in chats or personal messages. WhatsApp VP of Product Manager Nicola Srinivasan stresses the app's focus on privacy, which is part of what made it so popular on a global scale, remains intact, with personal messages, calls, and statuses remaining end-to-end encrypted. As everything becomes advertising to some extent, it's worth keeping the perspective that podcasting has had ads since the beginning. They've been present there the entire time. Audiences are already acclimated to them, and audiences tend to respond more positively to brands involved in podcasts than in other formats. As for the rest of the news, the Audio Production Awards presented by Audio UK and Audible are back for their 15th year of celebrating excellence in the UK's podcasting scene. Early bird entries are now open through August 31st, with a final deadline of Wednesday, September 17th. SoundStack has announced they are collaborating with the Associated Press to be their audio streaming partner. AudioStack is continuing their global expansion with a newly minted membership in IAB Australia, which joins their existing memberships in IAB UK and IAB MENA, which is Middle East North Africa. Cats Digital and Number 8 are teaming up to provide AI-powered ID-less audience targeting using Number 8's podcast lookalikes tech. Opus Clip celebrates their second anniversary with a look back at their roots and how the clipping tool has evolved. Audio generative AI startup Narrative has announced at Cannes Lion they are signing a multi-year deal with SiriusXM to provide their voice cloning tech for use in audio ads for SiriusXM. And finally, Cumulus Media and Signal Hill Insights have published the spring edition of their podcast download report, which includes the finding that audio remains the primary mode of how audiences consume podcasts, with 58% of respondents. Be sure to check out the links to every article I mentioned right in your podcast listening app, or you can go to soundsprofitable.com, where you can also subscribe to the newsletter version of the show. The download is written and produced by myself, Brian Barletta, and Tom Webster. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis. Download us again tomorrow.